Hi! Good day! Welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Helga. I'm a wise clown. I'm an empath. Just a goofy gal who has always lived in, well, people tell me I see things different, but I don't know I see things different until I say things and then see how people react. I thought we're all the same. We're all just human beings, right? We all know what joy is, have experienced happiness in some capacity. We all know what pain is, hurt is, rejection, emotions. We all know what these are. Some go through some experience like rejection, and then will go through extensive means to never have to experience that vibration ever again. Yeah. They'll go so far as to not even ever trying to engage, to put themselves out there to be in a position to get hurt because it hurts so bad. How much suck is that? That's a lot of suck right there. We're just spirits. We're just trying to have this experience as a human, you know? It's like going into a library and checking out a book. You assume, well, when I read a book, I, imagine every character, what it's like. Sometimes I'll wonder what those characters are doing in that book, like if that storyline went on in time, where they would be now, how that story has progressed. We can't verify any fact to be 100% true or not, any scientific fact to be included. It just makes me laugh. They come up with all these facts of all these planets that are, you've seen them, like Earth is this big, and then, Saturn, all these other planets are bigger, bigger, bigger. But I don't know anybody's ever been to any other planet, so how do they know for sure, Because that's the only account, right? Is to know that something's for real if we see it ourselves, right? But the thing of it is people are seeing more things right now in life and in time and space. Time and space, as above, so below. That they're not believing what they see. Because they've always been told that something or other isn't real or doesn't exist. But what they're seeing verifies, fuck, yeah, it does. And then what you start doing, if you're curious like me, you start testing that theory. Well, what else is true that people haven't said is, what else is, and the thing of it is because we all have our own experience in life, our own path, and because we all have, different frames of reference and stuff like that, different backgrounds, is that what is true for me might not be true for somebody else. You know what I mean? I hate whiners. I fucking hate when people whine. Like, and my cat's outside meowing right now, and I almost feel bad for not letting him in, but I want to get this done. And he wants the window open, and I'm freaking cold today. Yesterday the house was freaking... Retta has a heater on her. Like, her wake time, she's got a little... It's on her. And so when she gets cold, she just, sometimes she'll sit on the heating pad if she gets a little bones ache or whatnot, but usually it's not that cold because we're used to cold because Nebraska. Yesterday it's like 54. This morning I washed my hair in the backyard and I had to freaking dislodge because it had made ice. I fucking washed my hair with ice water today. But the thing of it is, if I could do that, I can do anything, I mean, I'm just like out there just like, it's like experiencing ice water, and I don't know, that's because there was flurries, there's little snow flakes trying to fall or whatever this morning. Nothing substantial at all, but I mean, it's cold temperature wise, so I hate whiners. So if I'm just like, when I'm in a situation and I hear somebody whine, I'm just like, fucking sort yourself out. You just get yourself together, man. Self-soothe. I hate whiners. I just don't, because you don't have to. It's such a low vibrational thing, and people get their way from doing it. Because how many people get accommodated from just whining or sniveling, you know? What do they say? The greasy wheel gets the grease? Is that what they say? The squeaky wheel gets the grease? Is that the same? Anyway. But I don't think it's just another tool of manipulation. See, in the world I see to live in is everyone's direct, even though it's uncomfortable, because feelings are weird and uncomfortable. Being vulnerable is not easy to do, but neither is riding a bike. But if you practice enough, you can do it, and it just becomes more of just a thing that you do. There's no negative, awkward emotion connected to it unless you put it on yourself, you know? Living in truth and living out loud, I have always lived and revealed my spirit. I don't like to hide things. Anyway, so, yeah, and it's hard, and sometimes like in the morning when the dogs, I have 2 that whine, and all my dogs are rescue, and it's like I vowed when I took them on to love them until their last breath, and I will do whatever I can in my power to make that happen, make their life quality of life would be better if they transition unless they will live with me until they're better off dying. And so Artie whines, and he's mine that was the runt, and it's like, I hate whining so much, but then I have to look at it. What do I hate about the whining? I can allow him to whine. It doesn't impact me directly, but it's the fact that he can't soothe himself, and I can't soothe it for him. See, for a long time, I got good ideas about other people, not such good ideas about myself, but that happens all the time. And I have good ideas to help people. I just don't know how to find them directly. Kind of. I guess that would be an easy way to say it. I think I'm gonna go out today. I'm gonna do a little meditation. I was thinking about maybe walking up to the library. It's about a mile away. And when it's brisk like this, I strike. Yeah. I was thinking about maybe trying to start to read again. I used to read, but my mind wanders off, you know. It's hard for me to focus. So I do videos. I make a lot of notes. But the not soothing the self, that's the thing, is it took me a long time to soothe myself. Sometimes I'm not good at it. I lash out. I'm not a violent person. I've never been a violent person. I don't put my hands, and I highly condone no violence. No violence. But, when I was a kid, it's the energy that's inside you. I used to throw these fits, these tantrums. Mom and I were watching Atypical last night. I was like, you remember when I used to throw those tantrums? And she's like, God, man, I would tense up every muscle in my body and hold my breath. And I'd do that, and then I'd make myself hyperventilate, would be the consequence. And so ultimately I stopped doing that. But what I discovered, it was the release. The tensing up, the tightening up, but it was that release that I needed, because we get so many emotions in our body sometimes, we mentally do not know what to do with it. And things are happening more and more in life today with freaking just like, gas main explosions, and, there's shooting every day. Everybody's a little edgy, everybody's a little wound up, wound tight, super, waiting for it. And so when something does happen like that, sometimes people do freaking leave them, like their psyche splits, like their subconscious and their conscious, they like split apart, and then they come back together. But when you come back together, most of the time people come back together knowing that there was a division without realizing that before. It's kind of a trip, but I don't know. People are just finding more and more about themselves, you know. They're, hanging out, looking up at the stars. What's that? Start recording lights. Oh my God, I think because there's more stoners, more people palling around, looking up, you know. Because a lot of stuff they said wasn't true, actually, in fact, is. Well, that's it for me. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.